Well, I am back again with some more. I actually started Googling around different poetry YouTube videos and was totally obsessed with these like poetry slams and these written word performances or spoken word performances. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I that's my dream. Oh my gosh, that totally has to be like on the bucket list to do that one day. To do maybe not a poetry slam because I'm not quick enough to like come back or whatever, but I would love. I've often written my poetry and kind of set it out a little bit lyrically, but I've never really done that. And I saw some, and they're just so beautifully done. I'm I'm humbled. I mean, I'm just like, what is this flimsy little YouTube channel that I have going on when these people are doing this amazing, amazing job of getting their emotions not only into word but then spoken like that. It's it is beyond me. I just tried like a fool to read some of these and it was not fun. It was not funny. I don't have them memorized, and what stinks is I have like no memory. I have no short-term memory whatsoever. So memorizing them is a defeat in itself already. So anyways, if you haven't seen it, you need to search Poetry Slam. It's amazing what these people do and just how powerful what they're saying is. It is amazing. Um, So I'm going to go ahead and read another poem. This is not titled either, but apparently after I read them here, I seem to kind of get some kind of connection and end up naming them or titling them or whatever. So here goes. Um, Again, doesn't have a name. It's from November. It's been all day, took my meds, nothing makes a change. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still stuck in my mind, on loop, on rotation, repeat. I need it to end, get out of my head. Feels like I don't have control. My mind is taking over, flooding my brain, dripping into my heart. It's overflowing into my soul. This darkness weighs on my shoulders. It feels so heavy, I'm falling to my knees. Can't carry this guilt, this burden, but it's mine, and I'll carry it all day, all through life, all through the night and through. Nothing makes it change, on loop, on rotation, repeat. I need it to end, to get out of my head. Crying in the corner because I wrote this to you, feeling like hope is always a lie. So, I read that a little fast. Um, it's kind of trying. Uh, so you can end it now, but I'm going to read it again a little slower. Because I think I need to be like standing and like in front of a mic and stuff like they are in the when they do those poetry things. I would really want to do that. I really, really do. Like, I know I'm not getting any kind of feedback on this YouTube channel thing. It's kind of stupid, but um, I love reading my poetry out loud. And if I could stand there and read it and have one person get it or feel it or need it, and it was me that said it. It was me that wrote it. It came from where I was feeling, then I mean that's amazing. I'll read it slow. I'll read it from a piece of paper. I'll read it from a note card. You know, I may not have the lyrical skills of some of these poetry slam people that are amazing and I'm now going to idolize, but this is for me. I love it. I love reading my poetry. If I could read it all day in treatment, I would. If I could only process in poetry, I would. Um, if I could just do that, I would do that. But I'm sure everyone gets tired of listening to me. Um, it's pretty evident by some of the reactions that I get when I get asked to read, and normally it's because I get asked to read. So I'm not just like, oh, I want to read my poem. Normally someone asks or where I'm like, oh, I wrote something about that, and then I read. So I'm not like a hog about it or anything. Okay, so I'm gonna read this one more time. I'm gonna read it really slow. It's been all day. Took my meds. Nothing makes a change. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still stuck in my mind, on loop, on rotation, on repeat. I need it to end, get out of my head. Feels like I don't have any control. My mind is taking over, flooding my brain, dripping into my heart. It's overflowing into my soul. This darkness weighs on my shoulder. It feels so heavy. I'm falling to my knees. Can't carry this guilt, this burden, but it's mine, and I'll carry it every day, throughout the night, throughout the rest of life. Nothing makes it change. On loop, on rotation, on repeat. I need it to end, to get out of my head. Crying in the corner because I wrote this to you. Feeling like hope is only a lie. So that was the same poem, just read slower. And I think I'm ready to name it. I think I'm going to call it Carrying You. Yep. Carrying You. A few parts that stick out in this poem in particular to me are that it feels like I don't have control. My mind is taking over, flooding my brain, dripping into my heart. It's overflowing into my soul. And that's what it feels like when I hit depression or anxiety, or really I acknowledge any emotion, because I can't deal well with it. And so it just fills my head, and I feel like I can't get it out of my head, and then it fills my heart, and then I'm hurt by whatever that feeling was, and then it takes over my entire being and soul, and I can't shake it off. I can't just take a deep breath and somehow I've made it out. I mean, I have all of these coping skills that treatment has taught me, and I can count, and I can breathe, and I can be mindful, but the fact is that I'm being mindful right now of this situation, and it sucks. So I don't want to be mindful of this situation. I want to disassociate from this situation. And on Thursday, we had a conversation about how I felt that disassociation was a positive trait of mine, because as I've said before, I do not connect emotion with like the physical reaction to things, and I'm pretty much okay with that. Uh, I feel joy, I feel love, I feel happiness, I feel all those things, but I can also not connect, and not connecting is probably what is saving my life. So to write this out, how the darkness weighs on my shoulders, it feels so heavy that I fall to my knees. I literally feel like I'm going to fall down onto my knees. This just weight is just so heavy of this guilt and this shame and this darkness that I have. But one way to connect to it, one way to keep sane and keep my thoughts slow and moving progressively, proactively, and healthy is to journal it. And so that's what I've been doing, and I really like reading it out loud. I like to go back and listen to them and to see like what I ranted about, because sometimes I feel differently about it. And that someone got something from that. Someone else has felt that they just can't carry a certain guilt or a certain burden, but they're doing it. They have to. And the thoughts of not being able to, that's the worst. And that's what's on loop, on rotation, on repeat. That's what's going on over and over and over in my head is, and maybe your head too, is that I can't do it. This is too heavy. I can't do it. This is too much. I can't do it. This is too hard. I can't do it. And it's just going on and on. And on top of that being going on in your head, then you also actually have the physical process of carrying this weight. And I don't think everyone understands that when you have guilt or shame or pain or anxiety or depression, that it is a physical being. It is actually there pulling your shoulders down. It is not just this word that gets thrown around that allows me to lay on the couch and take a nap at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. No, it's because I'm exhausted from trying to survive life and drama of life from years past and catastrophizing. I can't believe I said that word. Catastrophizing what's going to happen tomorrow. Like, it's exhausting to have anxiety. It's exhausting to have depression. And it's exhausting to hold them in. And it is scary and horrible to be alone with it. And so I'm thankful for my lame little YouTube channel that I can just talk to and read my stuff to, and my 3 subscribers that y'all kick ass. So I just read Carrying You twice, once a little bit quickly, once a little bit slower, and then I rambled on. I'm going to keep on going, of course, and just keep reading. So hopefully someone will leave me a comment about a poem that they liked or that they didn't like. Really, anything, I'll take it. Just give me like a smiley face, something. Subscribe, maybe share, whatever you feel like doing. I would greatly appreciate it. Definitely a self-esteem booster. Alright, thanks.